Okay, Ford Motor Stock, another stock that I like to trade options on, and sometimes I'll do a credit spread on that or a debit spread. It's a very, if you look at the stock, it's a stock that's been trading at this small range for many years, between $8 and $13, but it also has a lot of volume. If you look at the volume on Ford, there's a lot of volume there, so which makes it a good stock to trade and very predictable if you trade it on a weekly basis. So look at the let's look at the credit spread info on this. And a lot of times I say this is a stock because the options are pretty cheap. You can go anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 days. So on stocks like this, and let's look at the potential profit and potential probability of making it. Let's see. Let's look at the bull call. There's the bull call, and here's the bear put. I mean the bull put. And volatility is pretty high right now on that stock, so I would be a seller of the options because of the volatility on the stock right now. And there's a lot of potential, profits you can take. Let's look at the probability, okay, of this. If you look at some of these spreads right here with the leg at 13 and the first leg at 13, second leg at 11.50, you can actually collect some good premium, predictable premium on this. It's very small, but it's something that you can do maybe $100, $200 a week if you do one or two options, or maybe even 5 to 10 options. So you have to really just watch the stock. Look at this, a 56% potential return at a 50% probability of breaking even, which means you could, yeah, that's a good place to be right there at the 14.50 on one leg and $10 on the next. So, and iron condors, and I've did iron condors on here. Iron condors, short iron condors are real good with Ford stock, as you can see. I wouldn't. Some people like to buy the stock, but Ford stock, I just wouldn't buy the stock. And we're options traders, so we trade for income. This is an income strategy, and Ford stock is a long time. If you own the stock, that's a long term strategy, and I just don't see it's worth it. It's better stocks to own than Ford, but Ford can be a great stock to trade options on, and that's what we're doing. We're trading options for income. So, and if you look at the naked puts, I mean, you can also sell puts if you want to sell puts, and that's something that I would probably do on a weekly if there's volume there. I wouldn't go no more than 2 weeks if I want to sell a put on that, and also be aware, don't sell it around don't sell any puts around the earnings date or the date they pay dividends. You have to know those dates so you will not avoid getting the put assigned. So if you do get the put assigned, you can just go over here and sell a covered call and still profit from the covered calls if you get it assigned. But I don't think the covered calls, since the volatility so high, I don't think the covered calls are worth it. I think you should just stick to the selling side of the options where you can collect the premium. I mean, you collect the premium when you're selling covered calls, but I believe that you'll make more if you look at the volatility. You'll make more if you just stick to the either bear credit spreads when there's a decline in the stock, or puts. Here's, if you look at the bears here, look at this, highly profitable. So that's why I said the selling side, with the volatility being kind of high, you need to be on the selling side. Yeah, and price performance with Ford is just, let's look at their earnings. Next earnings date is what I looked it up. It's going to be in late October, and you know, they still have a lot of good revenue. You know, and they have the electric vehicles coming out too to compete with Tesla. Look at the implied volatility is high, historical volatility. So volume is, you know, it's pretty average. Sometimes it's highs. They rating it a moderate buy. I say don't buy the stock. Just learn the directionals of the option and trade the option, because the options will provide you income. So I'm going to do another analysis later on Ford stock to see how it's moving. And I'm just going to pay attention to it. You may want to not trade on it. You can just put it in your watch list, but it's something you should consider. So, all right, that's it. You know, and I hope you liked the video. You know, if you got any questions, please comment. And y'all have a blessed day.